Hello everyone, this is Sifu Hill. Welcome to SystemsWithinSystems.com. So we're doing a series on many hats. There's also this idea when socially dealing with an environment as well is called gray man, where you fit in and you look like everybody else. And that's also how predators really advance towards you. So for me, gray man doesn't really work too well because as with my training, people that fit in too well, that look like they're surrounded by, to me that's usually a yellow zone. That's usually giving me some warning signals to watch them, to see if there's any abstract movement, especially if I'm being approached by them. So it's important to understand that gray man's okay, it's okay, but for a person who's trained or recognizes it, they're going to see that that person fits in a little bit too well, right? And then you have the people that look a little bit scary, like what I'm wearing now, may seem like, oh, I've got to watch out for him. The idea is that you need to really blend and see your environment and be aware of your environment. A great way to practice that is if you're sitting in a Starbucks or a restaurant and stuff, just take a view of who's around you, what's around you, and it's called practice, everybody. It's practicing, right? And the many hats that you're going to be wearing. So for dealing with emotional content, you know, you're in a work situation, a school situation, whatever it is, you need to put on a different hat, right? And recognize that you have a different hat. If I'm walking into a country bar and I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm going to have a different hat on. You know, I'm going to have a different personality dealing with that. I'm not going to bring out me. I'm going to bring out an aspect of me, you know, dealing with the environment that I'm dealing with. Not like that guy that walked into the biker bar with the wrong environment hat, but also dealing with situations in your life. You know, we hold very much onto who and what we think we are, or what we are, what we want to represent. And if you become more adaptable to your environments and recognize, hey, I'm in a country bar, I'm going to wear this hat. You know, I'm in a biker bar, I'm going to wear this hat. You know, like as far as my personality. And therefore, my personality doesn't get insulted when somebody doesn't get it, doesn't get me. And I get really quiet, I seem out of place, and it ends up actually bringing more attention to you, trying to prove who you are, instead of adapting to your situation. It also allows you to deal with the many different voices within you, the different hats, the different personalities that you're representing. When I go to work, I put on my work hat. When I go out to eat, I put on my going out to eat hat. I go out with my friends, or certain friends, different friends, you act and interact differently with them, and you put on different hats, right? If I'm in an environment that is a tougher environment, or whatever it is, and I have to represent something, I wear that hat. But I'm never rude and obnoxious, I just blend in. That to me is gray man, all right? Not looking for something, not trying to deceive or manipulate, but recognizing who I am and where I am. I call it many hats. So you don't want to enter into a biker bar, you know, wearing this guy. And I guess it all depends on what kind of biker bar you're going into, right? Or what kind of club you're going into. I kind of like this hat. Anyway, so you get an idea of when you are in a situation, you're at school, or you're with a group of people. You don't have to like prove yourself to them. Just put on the hat that's going to allow you to practice gray man, to be in the environment, and also tap into the different personalities that you have within you, the many voices that represent you. And we'll get into that as well, what I call the many gods within the self, many gods dealing with one's emotional content, you know? So if you stop trying to always like represent yourself here, this is who I am, this is what I am, and when I'm in a particular place or situation, I put on the hat and I just represent that. You know, I don't need to prove anything to anybody, right? And I am able to understand the different voices that are within me, the different aspects of my personality, and I'm not just like cemented or trying to prove myself, okay? All right, guys, remember, all right? All right, many hats, try it. It really, really does work. And it even helps you handle the situation where you're dealing with a bunch of boneheads. You know, you're working for a company that just make some really bad decisions and whatnot, and everybody's complaining, not getting paid enough, and blah, 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 blah. And you just put on that hat in that atmosphere. You may even complain with them, but you're wearing your hat. And you may be complaining with somebody like you totally disagree with, this, that, and the other thing, but you're wearing your hat. And you're just representing where you are at that time. And it really gets better with teaching you more about yourself, about your emotions, and your emotional content that's based on the situation that you're in. And also helps you deal with, amalgamating your atmosphere, amalgamating your surroundings, becoming more aware of your surroundings, and becoming more aware of how you're socially interacting with the people that are around you. All right, guys? Thanks for listening. Grow, learn, teach. Pooh, pooh, fist of wisdom. Pooh, pooh, pooh. Bye.